So I hope you all are enjoying my Christmas tree. I kind of framed this shot so you can see a bit of it. We're still in the process of decorating it. It's kind of like an ongoing thing. I have to show you this cool. Ooh. It's a bobber. Red and white. I just thought it was cool. We actually usually have these things that Chris made, spinners, like with hooks on and everything, that usually hang on the tree and they sparkle and stuff with the lights, but I said not this year with the little kids. Anyway, maybe like when we're old people, and if we still have them, well, I don't know if we will. Anyway, so let's get to the subject for today, which is gift giving in the Bruderhof. So gift giving has always been a part of our Christmas celebrations. It's also always been something we've talked about over the years to try to find the balance between celebrating and giving and showing our appreciation and love for each other in practical ways, but at the same time, not focusing so much on material things that we forget about the focus of the season, which is Jesus being born, which transformed and continues to transform the world and us as individuals if we let him. And also the Gospels are pretty anti-materialistic if you read them, so that's also an important thing to remember. And also, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, no one here has their own bank account or spending money, so we're not going shopping to buy presents for our friends and families, like for the most part. So over the years, we've tried different things. Like I remember one year when I was little, starting in about August, I would say, everyone in our community started making homemade crafts. So like knitting mittens and hats, building wooden wheeled toys, or making sets of pottery mugs, and like a ton of other things. And then closer to Christmas, we had this like market, cleared out all the furniture and stuff out of the dining hall and set up like these booths with signs and Christmas lights. And there was food and drinks and music was playing, and everyone could go around and choose something, but it had to be for someone else. So you couldn't just like pick something out for yourself. And then you took it home and wrapped it up and gave it away on Christmas Day. And so that's like a really fun thing. I'll never forget walking into that huge room and seeing everything lit up and festive and whatever. Then everybody got their own present that had been wrapped for them. The next year we tried something else. I don't even remember what it was. But okay, so going back into the history of the Bruderhof, our community movement originated in Germany in the 1920s. And in Germany, Christmas is a really big deal. So even in the poorest circumstances, when the community was in debt and the food was extremely poor, they made a great effort to make Christmas a celebration even with simple gifts and things they couldn't usually afford, like coffee and cake. I still can remember hearing stories when I was growing up about how they would have like this Christmas room, and there would be a table for each family, and no one was allowed in that room except for the people who were preparing it. And then on Christmas Day, all the members of the community would gather outside this room or whatever and sing Christmas carols until the big moment when the doors would be opened and everyone would come in and families would find their table with all their presents on them. And obviously, from the way these memories were told, it was an incredibly special and beautiful time that stood out from the often difficult circumstances that they were living in. So that's definitely my grandmother on my dad's side has told me those stories. So this year, and for the past couple of years, each child from the little babies up through the high school aged kids have received a gift from the community. So a few months before Christmas, a little team of people start thinking it through and pulling things together, and they have like a list of all the kids and they think about each child, and maybe they'll talk to the parents to find out what their son or daughter might enjoy, and then they have the means to buy it. So mostly online this year, I guess. And then there's like the spare room where they'll wrap everything up and label it, and then they'll deliver it to the right house in time for Christmas. So, for example, like last year, Branson got a Lego set, and for someone else, they might get like a little craft bead paint sort of a thing, or stuffed animal for a baby, or a family board game, puzzle, something like that. the gifts are simple, and in that sense, we're not getting a lot of electronics or video games and so forth. But the toys, like I've explained before in some of my other videos, these toys or gifts are to encourage creative play or fun times together as a family, which is always the best. Then for the adults, rather than gifts, like jewelry or whatever, we focus on good times together, like a soup evening or a wine and cheese gathering, or like we'll do wassailing, other cool extravaganzas like that. I think I've actually maybe explained some of these things in my other videos, like a soup evening might sound like kind of boring or whatever, but what we do is we, like, a couple of the cooks or people who are into like cooking and making soup will like get together in the community kitchen and make their favorite kind of soup, and then there'll be like little like setups around, and then they give their soup, and it's really fun and classy. Anyway, I guess this year obviously will be very different. But I guess with Chris and me and our family, we're just mostly focusing on having Christmas with our kids. So that's really exciting. I'm trying to think what else I can talk about gifts. The sad truth is I haven't figured out what I can give to Chris this year, because I just can't think what he could possibly wish for, because he is me. I should not say that. Sorry, Chris. I'll find something for you. I love you. Okay, anyway, happy gift giving, and I'll see you next time.